What's up? You need to be a little taller. I got all my laundry in my back, behind me. Listen, let me close the viewfinder because then I'm just gonna look at myself. I just went on a tirade on my close friends. Tirade? Is that the right word? I am afraid of the watered down version of everything that we are consuming now. Nothing is really of substance anymore. It sounds crazy. It sounds precocious to be like, nothing is of substance. Art is lame. It's not that. It's just that like people who create art are making art for the sake of money now, and that's something that I find incredibly disrespectful, to be honest. And everything is so watered down because there's no time. No one has time to be like, what does this mean? Because not only do you not have time physically because you're working and you're trying to make a living, but there's no time to consume something before something new is coming out, and you need to be on top of everything. This feeling of like never being on top of anything. It's the same thing with like limited drops for things and like spending your money on everything. It's so scary. I'm sick. We need to slow this shit down. I want to go back to living such a slow life, but like wanting to also be a journalist, it's like there's no, there's no simple life anymore. This is the state of the world. And it's also just super intriguing to watch how people are affected by such crazy dopamine addictions and phone addictions, and the lack of community and the isolation that has happened because of social media and the pandemic. Crazy. Like I understand that like podcasts are an epidemic. They are scary. They are frightening. I know that. But it's the fact that like I'm sitting here watching two people talk to one another that are good friends and are living a life I wish I could live. And I'm like, oh my god, I love them. And like responding to them in real time. I'm sitting in my room. I'm broke as hell. I'm looking at a brick that is a laptop where I have the access of a million things at my fingertips and I'm doing nothing with it. It's crazy. This past year has been fucking crazy for me. And I don't know. It's like obviously time for a change. And I'm finally at a point where I don't feel like I'm just living in like, I don't know what the perspective is. I feel like I'm living above myself now. I'm like a third person view and I'm like, bro. Now I feel like I'm in my body finally again. That's what it is. I'm actually living and I'm controlling what's going on. And like I'm conscious of what's going on and I'm conscious of controlling everything. And previously this year it felt like third person view. Like I was watching myself exist and there was something else that just clouded my mind and took over and I became a shell of who I was before. And it was obviously just like this crazy transitional time in my life, and then coming back home despite not wanting to do that. I don't know. This year has been weird as fuck, and I don't know. I have this desire to talk to people, and I think it's more of a desire to want to be understood rather than wanting to be famous, because I just want people to understand me and what I'm saying and make me not feel crazy. I think, like, I was talking about gambling and how like sad gambling really is because it's a dopamine hit and you keep trying to do more and more. It's the same thing with like social media now because it's a gamble. Like if I post today, maybe this one will go viral and I'll become can't think of some famous bitch. I'll become the next Alex Earl. You know what I mean? Like I prefer the slow burn. I realize that now. I thought that I wanted things to go quick and figure things out quick and like get what I want quick. That's obviously like the mindset that this little thing right here has given me, but like now I understand like slow and steady wins the race. They made the motherfucking books about the goddamn turtle for a fucking reason. But you know, it's a gamble. Everything's a gamble. What was I talking about? Oh, I just want to be understood. And this past year I've just been really alone. For the most part, due in part to me isolating myself because I haven't really worked through being able to help people around me who want to help me access me in times of need, because it feels like it's easier to just deal with it on my own, because when I do open up, it feels like a lot of dismissal and not understanding. But it's also really difficult to explain exactly what I'm going through when I don't think people know what I'm going through. But, you know, even in small conversations with some of my friends recently, it's been like, oh my god, like all I needed was to talk to you. That's all I needed. It's like, talk to my friend that understood. That's all I needed. That's all it was. That's all I'm searching for, is like that one person that understands. And you hardly get that now, because, you know, we're all living separate lives, and I hardly see all of my favorite people. And yeah, I think I've lost touch of my mission in life. Like, I feel like that's completely fair though as well, because I'm literally 21. I'll be 22 in January. I'm so little. I'm so young. I'm gonna look back at this and be like, oh my god, like, mission, girl, last plot. Girl, there's no plot. Everything you're doing is a part of the whole story. So keep driving the plot. There's no climax. The climax is death, to be honest. Should I just post this? Fuck it. Yeah. This next year, moving forward, it's gonna be a lot of keep my money to myself, and keeping to myself, working on a craft, building hobbies, and speaking to my loved ones, talking to them. Throughout this year, I've had so many scares of like losing people in my life, and it almost felt like I had no reaction. And like being so swept up in my phone, social media, my own world, not realizing other people around me need me. Like, maybe, I'm not gonna cry, that's silly. Maybe I'm supposed to be back home right now for a reason. My mom told me that. Me when I love my parents. The thing is, like, your family will never fully understand you, and that's okay. And I think, I don't want to cry. That's something that I'm working through, because it is tough. As much as I can tell anyone, honestly, anything, there is a level of disconnect because of our lived experiences, and that's okay. And not everyone needs to know everything either. There's so much that I thought I knew when I was like 16, 17, 18, 19, and then so much I'm relearning as I'm coming back to myself. Like I was talking about that third person. I've experienced that third person view so many times, autopilot almost, and being back in my body again. It's like, we know this. We know this. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, I was gonna say my mom, she told me like, sometimes you think you're ready for something and you're not, and that's okay. And she's really into the universe. I love her so much. She's like, the universe just doesn't think you're ready, and that's okay. Like, take it as a sign. And all year I'm like, give me a sign, give me a sign. What is the sign? The sign is like, there is no sign, and like, you need to relax, chill out, girl. The sign is like not getting a new job. That's the sign. The sign is like, you know, keep trying and eventually you'll get there. The sign is do shit on your own, because that seems to work for a lot of people. And I know I have the drive and ambition for that to happen too, because in college that happened. In high school that happened. It's proven time and time again, when I rely on myself and the people who really understand me and love me, I will be fine. It's such a silly like rhetoric to get back to, but like, it's the truth, and it's the standard. Getting older is also becoming more frustrated with the state of the world, frustrated with people, and angry. And I never thought I'd be as angry as I am now. But like, once you kind of dig into exactly what's going on and you uncover it, it's really hard not to be angry. But I'm also learning to take a step back now and realize it just is what it is. It's really crazy. I hope I'm still recording. Okay, I am. 9 minutes. Hey, I'll just post this. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I have brown hair again. I've been listening to a lot of rock. And I had a dream that I was in a band with Dominic Fike. And I don't know if that would ever happen, but that would be funny, right? Because I'm a master manifester. I had a dream about my girlfriend before she appeared in my life, and then she appeared in my life. So, let's just hope. Let's just hope. Yeah. I wouldn't date Dominic Fike. On the record. Put that on the record. Hey, are you typing? Put it on the fucking record. I would not date that man. He's terrifying. Oh my god. And he's almost 30. He's not old. 30's not old. It's so weird getting old and then your parents get old and you're like, wow, like 50 is not old. When I was like a little baby child, my grandma turned 50, I was like, she's so old, she's gonna die. 50 is not old, girl. My dad almost 50. That's crazy. Oh my god. I love my family so much and I worry about them every day. It's true. It's true. My entire family. Because they're human. They're human. They're human. They're just like me. Why would I sit here and judge them for every move they make if I wouldn't want that same thing done to me? We're all just trying to figure it out. Should I start a musical about my life? That's some real narcissistic shit. That's crazy work. And it would go triple platinum on Broadway because I know how you bitches are. I would eat. I would eat. Anyway, I'm gonna post this. It's 11 minutes, but I'm just gonna post it on YouTube. Who gives a fuck? That's my theme too. Everybody like this. Everybody like this. Who cares? Nobody. Lack of free will. Just do your thing. Obviously, there's things that are, you know, not necessarily true. I'm a very privileged individual, but girl, just do shit. Literally. Eventually, things will work out if you just do the shit. And if I say that until I'm bleeding and blind, then maybe I was meant to be bleeding and blind, ho, because it'll work out. Goodbye.